All right, guys, so we've got 3 brand new tools that we have built into VidAttack Alpha. Now, the good news is that even if you've got the light version, you've got 2 of these tools in the light version of those tools as well. So you've got 2 extra tools there, and they're actually very, very good. Even the light versions are very, very good. Now, these tools are designed so that we can do things in higher volume. And I'll tell you how this came about, because when I was doing some preparation to do a rank attack SEO system 3.0, what we were going to do was focus on some bulk viewing with reasonable or reasonably decent retention rate. Okay, so what we wanted to do there was to be able to, go and get 1,000 video views, not with the CTR clicks, but instead just make it direct to that YouTube URL, and make sure that we got a reasonable enough retention time, so that when you use the original rank attack system where we're using the proper video views, we're doing the CTR clicks, we're finding the content based on keywords, we're clicking through from the keywords, we're watching the content, high retention, etc., etc. That's all part of the sort of 1.0 and 2.0 of rank attack SEO. But here's the thing with that. When you start to get rankings from that and real traffic comes, that real traffic kind of overwhelms any engagement signals that you have managed to create using a tool like VidAttack Alpha. So I was looking for some alternatives, and what I thought I was going to be doing would be just testing a whole bunch of different people in social media panels, etc., that were doing what they call non-drop views. But I found there was a big disparity from what they were saying happens from their sales pages or from their sales messages, and what was happening in reality. So I tested multiple people that were selling these services, and we were getting views as low as 11 seconds, and that's really, really poor. That's really bad. So if you took, for example, 1,000 views at 11 seconds, it's not going to do you any good. In fact, it will probably backfire on you. It's not a good thing to do. We had some around 22 seconds. We had some that were a little bit higher, but still under 1 minute. And there was one that kind of was the longest one, and he was over 2 minutes. Often it was about 2 minutes and 10 seconds or 2 minutes 11 seconds, if I remember correctly. But then, as I was gearing up to start to record the rank attack SEO system 3.0, thinking now what we can do is we can use the 1.0, 2.0 strategy to be able to get the initial rankings. Then the real traffic comes, and it starts to come with its own real user engagement signals. So your click-through rate's going to drop. Your retention rate is going to drop naturally. Okay, what we can do is we can boost it. We can try to balance it a little bit by doing like 1,000 or 2,000 bulk video views, depending on how competitive that keyword was and how much real traffic it would actually get. So that was the plan. But then something bad happened. Something really bad happened where we had customers come and say, "Hi, my views have been stripped," and that's really, I can just feel the big, deep, dark hole opening up, thinking, oh my God, I'm going to have to go and find a solution for this. And this is going to be going down a rabbit hole. I don't know how long it's going to be before I get back. And then I had the thought, well, we used to have a tool in one of the earliest versions of VidAttack Alpha. We used to have a tool that would be able to watch videos on any website, for example, on blogger.com or on tumblr.com, etc. You used to be able to go and click through on those web pages, and it would just automatically start watching the video. And I thought, what if we had this, but we created it in such a way that we could manage to do bulk viewing. Okay, and when I'm talking about bulk viewing, I'm talking about that we want to get to like 1,000 views that are going to be high retention, so that we can balance out, but we need to do it very, very safely. And the only way to do this really, really safely is to significantly increase the amount of proxies being used, or you need to do some campaign swaps within the Facebook group that we got specifically for campaign swaps with VidAttack Alpha campaigns. So what we can do there is we can just click on here, we can click on save, and you can save the file. Just give the file a name, you can save the file, and then somebody can just import that file into their own VidAttack Alpha software, and vice versa. They can give you a campaign, and you can say, well, do me 50 views or 20 views or 100 views, whatever it might be, depending on how many proxies you've got. Now, what I thought at this point if we're going to do these bulk video views, then we need to start looking at different kind of proxies, even though that the proxies are not going to be as successful. If we don't use Squid for the bulk views, okay, we can't really use Squid for the bulk views because they're very expensive. First of all, you would need to do a lot of campaign swaps to make it into hundreds or into 1,000 views, etc. So we needed to find out an alternative solution. So, you know, one of the things that keeps coming up almost on it's a very, very regular basis, maybe every 2 or 3 weeks or something, we have somebody come and say, hi, have you heard of rotating proxies? Why can't we use rotating proxies? Well, I can't stop you from using rotating proxies, but I tell you, if you're going to use rotating proxies, you're going to have to expect that they don't perform as well as Squid private proxies, okay? And if you understand that, go ahead and use them. You just know it's only a numbers game then. You're going to have some success, some failures, maybe up to 60% will fail with these proxies. But you just keep it running until you get your desired amount of views. Okay, so you can do that with the rotating proxies, and that would be good for these bulk views in here. And even better if you do it with the bulk views and you do some campaign swaps within the Facebook campaign swap group for VidAttack Alpha customers. Okay, that way you can maximize. That way you can get into 100. You can get into 100 views, 200 views, 500 views, 1,000 views safely, because everybody's swapping the campaign still, but they're using a lot more proxies. Even though you might have a high failure rate with some of those proxies, it doesn't really matter because it's just a numbers game. So that's basically where we are. That's where we are up to now. That took me nearly 7 minutes to tell you this. Okay, so here's what we've got now. So you can see here, I've got this one here is called bulk embedded views. Okay, and you can see this one here is bulk video views. Now, bulk video views is basically you're just going to put in the URL for YouTube videos, YouTube video URLs. That's all you're going to put in here. I think we can build a tool that will give us all different kinds of variations of the YouTube URL. If anybody watching this is in my Facebook group, please remind me this. We need to put in the YouTube URL tool here. We've got it with the RSS Extreme, actually. Let me just check in here. Yeah, I think we can do it from an RSS Extreme. If you run an RSS Extreme campaign, it's going to give you a whole bunch of short URLs that we can use for getting all the different variations of the YouTube URL. And it needs to be a YouTube URL where it shows that video ID. If it shows a video ID, then we can use that, okay? So that's what we can do with this. We can just basically put in a whole bunch of YouTube URLs, tell it how many views to go and do, and basically you set a retention rate, or if you got the full version of VidAttack Alpha, you'll have this tool here that says play end screen video. Okay, and that will just watch a video through it until the end screen video pops up. Then it will start to watch that. That increases your session time. Okay, so that's one thing that we can do. There's no CTR clicks with this tool. Okay, there's no CTR clicks from the search engines, just goes straight into YouTube. So that's quite a basic tool that you can see here. The next tool here, the bulk embedded views. Well, what I did with this is I tested it on medium.com, but we originally built it for Quora.com so that we can increase the video views from Quora.com, okay? And it will work on multiple sites. We discovered it will just work on a whole bunch of different sites. If you've got sites that use iframe for embedded videos, it's going to watch in that iframe and not click through into YouTube. Otherwise, if it's just a normal embedded video, it's going to click through into YouTube. But it's actually a good thing because it's taking people with what Google can see, what YouTube can see, is it's taking people from Quora.com, medium.com, whatever these web pages or websites are, and bringing them into YouTube. Okay, so it's okay to do that, especially if you do a combination with the end screen views. So all we do here is you're going to pick up, you're going to pick one URL, okay, and basically you're going to give your project a name, and you're going to tell it the YouTube video to look for. So in case you got more than one video there, you want to put that in anyway. But it knows what to look for. It's looking for that video ID. And when it scrolls up and down the page, it will go past the video. It will come back up. It will click the video. And it will click through to start watching on YouTube. And you can do this in bulk. And you can see I actually run this on another computer downstairs. I ran that for about 55 views. And it was just very, very quick and very easy. It's just, there's no CTR there. from the search engine. So of course that speeds things up. Okay. Now the new tool that we added last night, this is where it gets really exciting now. Here's the thing. With this, we can do three things in here. First, we can tell it the URL to search, and you can see I've got a Quora answers URL, not the Quora question URL, the Quora answer URL that contains the video, right? And we have got in here a YouTube video URL. Now, I'm guessing that this is going to work better to find with the CTR clicks with websites like medium.com. Okay, I've literally just got this about 3 or 4 hours ago. I tried to run a campaign using the a full sentence from that answer URL page. It could be that that answer URL page is just not showing up in the search engines, and instead it's the question URL page that's showing up in the search engines. I don't know. I've not had time to test it yet, but that's just a theory. But what I would use this for is websites like medium.com, definitely GMB, Google My Business, if it works. We don't know if it works. I haven't had time to test it yet. I've had a whole bunch of conversations and meetings and Skype chats and all kinds of stuff this morning. But if somebody wants to test it, go ahead and test it and let me know. And what we can do is we can start adding a little bit more to it for specific strategies like GMB, for example. But we don't need to add everything at once that we can think of. What we can do is just add the things that we think will make a difference, and we will test it. If it starts making a difference, great. We don't need to take it further. We've got enough tech built in that we can just go and get results and keep the campaign shorter and keep the price of the tool down as well. Okay. If we need to go and do more, then we will go and do more, but we will just add a little bit at a time until we get there. That's the strategy. That's what we're going to do. I used to do it the other way around, build things with as many things as I could think to build, but it would take longer to build. It would become more buggy because we were hurrying up to try and get it done. And often you would have to charge a lot more money because there's a lot more work and more time put into it and more maintenance put into it. We don't need to work like that. What we need to do is we need to just figure out exactly how much we need to make it work. And sure, we can take it different directions later. But for now, is that working? Great. Stop there for now. Go and do something else. And while this is working, we can think how to improve it even further if we want to take it in different directions, or we can get feedback from customers who are actually using it. That's what we're doing these days. Okay, so that's a better way to do it. It's cheaper, it's quicker, makes your campaigns faster as well when you've got less to do in the campaigns. And that means that we can get results faster. It's to get results. Don't forget we're doing this to get results. Okay, so even though it's exciting with the SEO tactics and the grey hat stuff and all that kind of stuff, we're just doing it to get results. And with VidAttack Alpha, actually what we are doing is we're just doing it to kickstart our campaigns so that when the real traffic comes, hopefully we're going to have reasonably good user behavior signals or user engagement signals, excuse me. And from there, we are able to, maintain our rankings. So that way, you're just helping your content get found and get ranked quicker. If your content is good, it will stand on its own. If it's not good, it's going to drop, because if the people coming to your content start bouncing off, there's nothing that any software can do. Not this tool, not any other tool. Okay, there's user behavior signals or engagement signals will be picked up, and Google algorithm will rank you accordingly from what it sees. Okay, so anyway, this needs tested. I'm just showing you what it is right now and how to use it. Okay, now I would definitely go and create, maybe you already have, a medium.com post. Okay, why medium.com? Because they rank really, really fast, okay? Or if you're using lead blasting, you've got Chrome store pages, they rank really fast. If you've got a video embedded on your description page, then watch it on there, okay? It will work. And that way we can take it a lot further at that point. We can see how it's working, and we can get some ideas how we can take it even further just by watching and observing that kind of thing. I would definitely start with one of those because they're going to be easier to see how the tool is working. And once you understand how the tool is working, your mind will kick in, your imagination will kick in, your thought process will kick in on better ways to use it and different strategies that we can use with this tool. Okay, so with all of that said, okay, what I want to do, I wanted to actually give you a little demo. I would do that in a separate video because this isn't working here. I'm going to put in the medium.com one. to use, I would set up a different campaign and do that in a separate video. What I want to do right now, though, is give you some ideas how we can use this, okay? And the reason I want to do this is so that you can basically just get a better grasp of what we are building here. Because this is bigger than what you might imagine. This is more powerful than you might imagine. This has got more scope than what you might imagine. This is broader with the implications of what we can do for traffic and for SEO than what you might imagine. Okay, so by the time I've gone through these 2 slides, hopefully you will have a better idea. Okay, so here's the things that we can do. And this is what I just try to do, is to grab in large sections of text if it's a brand new post. A brand new post is not going to be ranking. Okay, but what you can do is you can take a whole title. If it's somewhere like medium.com, if it's somewhere like Quora.com, you can take a whole title. Now, what I do with Quora is I create my own Quora spaces. So when I create my own Quora spaces, it looks something like this. Okay, you can see this. Let me just bring the whole page over here so you can see how this is. So this is my Quora space. And you can see I was just copy and pasting this whole thing here to get that headline and sub-headline. And when you scroll down, you can see my video here. That's basically a Quora space URL that we can see here. Now, when we come into this here, this is actually the answer. And you can see the answer is slightly different. It's got a different look, and it's actually got a different URL as well. Okay, so that's the Quora stuff. You can use your own Quora spaces, so you've got complete control. You can invite people to come and watch it as well, watch your videos and share your content and all that kind of stuff. Okay, so that's one good thing. The other thing that we can do, if I come back into my slides, and just expand on this, and I'll pull it over from the other screen, whatever I need. Okay, to use a tool called Questions Pro. Now, Questions Pro is a fantastic tool. Here's the thing with Questions Pro. You can get a 2-week trial with that tool. Okay, just go to questionspro.io. Questions with an S, plural. Questionspro.io. You create a project. You give your project a name. You can see I've called my project affiliate marketing. Okay, and then you're going to add some keywords. You can see that I've added 6 keywords in here. And when you add those keywords, if I just bring this back up again, this is what you will see after a few minutes. This tool will go and scrape in Quora.com, and then it's going to come back with some results. So you can see here, for example, the YouTube marketing one. If I expand on that, you can see it's found 99 different pages with questions on Quora.com. And you can also see the position for that on Google.com for that Quora page, according to the question here. So that's the full question. Like, what is YouTube marketing? That page has got a total of 38,000 views. It's got only 8 followers, but it's on page 1 of Google for that keyword phrase, what is YouTube marketing? Okay. What's powerful about this is that we can go and get page 1 rankings just by embedding a video. Okay, we can go and get backlinks from page 1 ranking properties just by embedding a video. We can take it further by getting more click-throughs from that page. Now, this would work particularly well because these pages are getting traffic anyway. So there's nothing unusual. There's nothing to flag there for Google or for YouTube. They will think, okay, well, there's traffic there. And this way you can take advantage of that. Also, what you can do is you will start to increase your views, and it can take up to 3 days for the views to show sometimes. I tend not to look for the views. I tend to look for the rankings. It's more important to me. I don't need the cosmetics. I need to know it's working. Am I getting rankings? That's all I need to know. And when we put that in combination with the sort of rank attack strategy, where we are putting one link in that video description on youtube.com, and you start to see whatever that link is, whether it's a landing page, a blog post, or an article, or squeeze page, whatever it might be. When you start to see that is ranking, then you know that we've done the job. I don't care if the YouTube view count doesn't move at that point. I wasn't doing this for the YouTube view count. I was doing this to get that web page ranking. Once that web page is ranking, I don't care about anything else. I got what I wanted. Now I'm going to move into the next stage or onto the next project, whatever suits me for that particular campaign at that time. Okay, so and just be aware that not always you're going to see video views show immediately, but it's not the point. We're not doing it for video views. We're doing it for rankings, okay? We're manipulating the YouTube algorithm for the purpose of getting rankings. We're not manipulating the YouTube algorithm because we need the cosmetics to say that I've got 1,050 views. I don't care about that. I care about the rankings, because where I'm sending the traffic from those rankings is more important than what it looks like on YouTube as far as the view count is concerned. Okay, so anyway, this tool, you can go and just put in a whole bunch of different keywords in here. I think you can add up to 5 now with the free trial. If you want to buy the upgrade for that, it's only $27 a month. Just go to the questionspro.io and take a 7-day trial or 14-day trial, whatever it is. After your trial is finished, your questions don't disappear. It's still in here. They just don't get updated, and you'll get some limitations like this. But even then, you've already got a whole bunch of really good information. From this, you can see I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, about 12 different pages there, all with page 1 rankings around keyword phrases that are very, very relative and related to relevant is the word I'm looking for. They're very, very relevant to what I'm doing. Okay, so if I want to use these for anchor text, these are perfect, absolutely perfect to use for anchor text. Okay, and you can be getting your content on page 1 of Google. So let's think about this. If you were to get a backlink from some websites, would you rather have a backlink from websites that are ranking on page 1 for popular questions that people are asking around that topic? Or would you rather have backlink from a page that doesn't? The answer is obvious. You can see where the relevancy factor will kick in here. Okay, so if you can go and get like 12, 14, 18 page 1 ranking pages that you can just embed your video and put a link back to YouTube, perfect. Even on those, if you're going to put a backlink on these, you can put a backlink as well over to whatever your landing page is as well. It won't affect you in a negative way. In fact, it should help you. Okay, so that's the questions pro. Okay, so you're starting to get some ideas, hopefully, how we can use this. Next one is to check the related keywords in the Google search results. Okay, so let's go and have a look at what that looks like. If I go and put in the search, and when we come down to the bottom here, you can see these keywords here. YouTube SEO tool, how to rank. Remember when you take that trial with Questions Pro and you're looking for keywords to start with? Here, let Google curate what those keywords should be. Let Google curate what they should be. And you can take these keywords and start to use these from within any campaigns that you're doing. You can use these for anchor text for backlinking. You can use these for the Questions Pro to go and find the page 1 rankings for these particular keywords and terms. There's a whole bunch of different stuff that you can do, and you can use them for the search and click as well. And the way that we do that is we incorporate these in our content. Okay, we incorporate these in our content. Now, let me just come back up here. And I'm going to find my Quora page one more time. If I can find where I put it. Okay, I'm going to have to come out of this. Yeah, I don't know what I've done on my Quora page. Just bear with me again. A second, guys. Oh, look at that. I've got too many open here. Okay, Quora. Okay, now have a look at how I've done this. Okay, let me just combine to this one where I embedded the video. This one today, I embedded the video. Okay, so here's what I did. I had a whole bunch of keywords that I made sure were included in here. Now, I did it by simply adding what looks like bullet points. When I had these keywords, I decided I'm going to make bullet points around those keywords. Keyword phrases like, what is YouTube? Suggested video optimization. Suggested video optimization. YouTube suggested video optimization. There's a whole bunch of different phrases within that one sentence there. Okay. What is YouTube SEO? 4,400 search volume keyword. Okay. YouTube SEO checklist. YouTube SEO. YouTube SEO tips. YouTube SEO tool, you can see I've got these keywords in each of these, okay? And I've constructed it in a way that I've made it interesting, that I've given them a reason to want to read more from that first sentence, okay? So that we can keep them reading to get down here. And the longer we get them to spend time on this particular page, the better, okay? So that we can get some positive behavior signals from that. But when they start to watch the video, if it's real people, they will start to watch the video. If it's the software, it's going to click here and it's going to open in youtube.com, and then it will watch the end screen video, so it will increase your session time as well. So there's actually quite a lot happening here. And these keywords, well, guess where they came from? Just what I just showed you right now. Come down here. They've got YouTube SEO tips, etc., etc. It's all in there. Those keywords are all in there from that. That's basically what I did. So we are taking these keyword phrases from Google, and Google has curated these. It's told us what is the relevant keywords for that particular search term. You include them in this page, which is on a website that traditionally will rank pretty easily. And you're just optimizing, you're just increasing your optimization, and then you're going to be sending the CTR clicks and views from here, okay? So hopefully that's giving you some ideas of that. Okay, let's come back, see if we can find where we left off in here. I need to go back here, right? Okay, so related questions we covered. Now the next one, the people also ask questions. There's a free tool that we can use. Okay, it's called alsoasked.com. Alsoasked.com. It's a fantastic tool. This is a really powerful tool that is not hard to use. It's not hard to understand. Just bear with me a second. I'm looking for where I put that here. Okay, right. So here's what you do. You put in your main keyword here, whether it's YouTube SEO, YouTube SEO checklist. If you want to go sort of deeper around that one topic, that's what you would do. And it will take a couple of minutes, and we'll go and find the questions that appear in the search results for these keywords. Okay, so I'll just bring this over again. Remember these keywords. Now, if I scroll up a bit here, you can see. Let me just see. Okay, I'll just do YouTube SEO checklist. I used a full sentence for that one there. Okay, we got the people also ask down here. Okay, so these are again are phrases, keyword phrases and questions that Google is curating for you. That's what these are here, and it goes deep, because every time you click one of those, it opens up another bunch. If I click on this, look what happens. Another one opens. If I click on this, look what happens. Look what happens. It keeps expanding, right? That's what this tool is doing to a degree, okay? And it's just going deeper in a logical fashion. Now, the good thing about this is you can export as a CSV, and then what I do is I export as a CSV, and then I just make a Google Doc with it, okay? And it makes it easier to be able to read. So you can see this main keyword YouTube SEO checklist. It's then got two keywords. It goes in a fork at this point. So the fork number one has got these 4, and within each of these 4, there's another 4. And you can go down and follow the most relevant keywords and start to pick up keywords that we can use, that we can optimize our content for. So say, for example, I want to go and optimize my Chrome extension page because I want to get as many people to come and install this great checklist that I've got for YouTube SEO, so that I can get thousands of people opting into my email list from when they install the Chrome extension that asked for an email. Okay. This is how you would do it. This is how you would do it. You would do this for any niche whatsoever. Okay. Now you can also do some backup with what I call traffic links. They're like backlinks, but they're specifically placed on web properties that have got traffic. So we know that if we created a blog post on medium.com using this strategy that I've just described in the last 2 or 3 minutes, that is going to help you to rank for multiple keywords for medium.com, for that medium.com post. Why? Because medium.com just ranks, and all we're doing is putting common sense on page SEO in there. Okay, so that can drive traffic for you. We do SEO to get rankings. The rankings bring in traffic. That's why we do SEO. Okay, it's not just the rankings. Don't get hung up on the rankings. Think about the traffic. So these are traffic links. Now we can do the same on Quora. I've just showed you how we can find a whole bunch of page one ranking pages on Quora, and also you can even see the traffic. Okay, and there's another trick that we can use with the Quora stuff, that we can dig into the ad manager of Quora, and what you can do there is you can see, you can go and find specific pages that are getting traffic based on the traffic volumes from just last week, and you can see which ones are getting traffic right now. I need to cover that in a separate video, otherwise this one will go on too long. In fact, I have covered it in videos before. If you have a look on the affiliate marketing how-to website and have a look for the videos I've got there for Quora, I think I've got one there for Quora, and it will tell you how to go and do that as well. Okay, so this is how we can use this also asked, and this is Google curating your content. So if you want to have like YouTube SEO checklist, and you want to have in your checklist, how do you rank keywords on YouTube, then these are the questions that you're going to start to do your answers from. So you've got this kind of logical relevancy silo being built, that content silo. Everything is making complete sense according to what Google is telling you makes sense to Google. It's telling you exactly what to do here. Google is telling you how to optimize your content here. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. It's Google telling you exactly how to optimize your content. Okay. So now that we know that, that gives you a whole bunch of ideas, hopefully, and we'll kick off the thought process, and you will come back and rethink this several times, and you will get some good ideas, and you will get some unique ideas, and you will start to develop your own strategies from this. Hopefully, that's what will happen. Okay. Next, what we can do, integrate those into your content. You can put that into your YouTube video descriptions. You can put it in medium.com. You can go and make some posts on forums. Forums have traffic. Forums have a lot of traffic. Niche relevant forums. If I go to a Warrior forum and I go into a section that was that has got questions about YouTube SEO, I can go and answer, and I know that these keywords here I can incorporate quite easily just in a simple answer without people even knowing what the hell I'm doing. Or I can go and do a new thread and incorporate that way. Or I can go and do a blog if it's Warrior Forum. Warrior Forum allows you to do blogs, and they rank. You can go and do it that way. They rank and they get traffic. Traffic links, that's traffic links. That's how we use them. We strategically put content for the purpose of getting backlinks on platforms or websites that have already got traffic, that we can expect to get traffic because of the way that they perform, either because they already have traffic or because they rank really easy, which brings in traffic. That's basically traffic links. That's a nice strategy, a nice easy one. We're not blasting tens of thousands of backlinks. We don't need to. We're just looking for the traffic, the really targeted audience traffic that we can pull in. Okay. Right now, what we can do as well is integrate all other keywords into your content. Right? I can't remember what this is, but thankfully, I've got a link here. Oh, this is the same content I just covered. Okay, where we can put these keywords and stuff in here. Okay, so you basically just following what I just explained. So let's go into the next slide here. I had to break this into 2 slides because it's kind of long. Right, next, create your own Quora space. Well, the advantage of that is you've got complete control. You can also, when you have a Quora space, you can invite other people into your space. You can find other people's questions and you can pull that into your space. You've got a lot of control. Okay, so when you post a video in there, it's your space. You can do what the hell you want there. Then you can go out and do things with embedded views. You can start with just high retention embed video views without the CTR. Okay, this one, bulk embedded views, and then you can switch to the CTR once it starts to get rankings. Okay, that's what we can do to kickstart it. So you've got a couple of things to do there with those 2 extra tools. Okay, you can invite other people. So if I'm in Quora, it will actually do the suggestions for you whenever you make a new post. Quora will have a pop-up and say, like, do you want to invite these people to come and see your content? You just checkbox all, say yes. Some will come, some might stop following you. Who cares? Okay, who cares? Just click a couple of buttons and move on with your life. Okay, hopefully you're going to get some traffic from it. If not, don't worry about it. It costs you 2 clicks and nothing else. Okay. Next, give a reason to click through to your YouTube search, to the YouTube search results. Let me say that again. give a reason to click through to YouTube. Okay, here in the brackets, as I confused myself here, this is training the search engine. Okay, with user behavior signals. We're training the search engine with user behavior signals. Think about this. This is just an idea. I don't know if this works or doesn't work. I think this works from what I've seen before. Okay, but I can't know for sure because I never really strategically set out to do a mass test of this to find out for sure. But here's the theory behind this, and this is why I think this works, is that if people come into a page and you have got that first sentence and saying like, go into youtube.com, because I have got the checklist only on youtube.com in the description. The reason is that sometimes we change the URL. So I'm making sure that you will get the latest URL without me having to update 50 other pages. It will always be the correct URL on the YouTube video. If you want to get this checklist, go to youtube.com. So you're basically telling people, logically, you need to go to youtube.com if you want to get this checklist that I'm talking about, or to get whatever it is that I'm talking about. For you, it could be a PDF. For you, it could be a video to watch. For you, it could be an affiliate link, whatever it might be. But you're going to tell them to move into YouTube, okay, to be able to get access, to get that link, to move forward. And then what the user engagement signals or user behavior signals are being picked up from the search engines, from the algorithm is picking up. You're actually training the algorithm. This page gets people moving from this page into youtube.com. Okay, you're training them. You're training the search engines. Okay, nobody can tell me any different. I kind of been watching this kind of stuff without actually strategically thinking, oh, we must do a mass test of this. It just seems really obvious. So that's another thing that we're doing here. Okay, again, I'm telling you this to give you some ideas of what we actually have going on here. Okay, what is actually working? What makes this work? What is the YouTube algorithms? What is the engagement signal algorithms, etc. That gets picked up on? Okay, right now you can also use the people also asked to boost your space, like I just showed you. You're going to take some of those keyword silos, if you like, the relevancy silos. What you can do with that is you can break it into categories, and you can do this with your Google Chrome pages as well. If you've got Chrome extensions from Lead Blaster, this is a good way to do it, because when you start to go through that little silo funnel thing where it tells you this keyword has another 2 keywords that is related, and within those 2 keywords you can see another 4 keywords, etc. It takes you through that content silo, those keyword phrase silos, and it gives you ideas of keywords that you can put into your content for relevancy. It's only for relevancy, so that you start to rank for multiple keywords. If you're using the Chrome extension pages, you're going to be ranking for multiple keywords. It's not hard to rank there. It's not because we are great at SEO. It's because that's just the power of the Chrome store pages. Okay, it's a Google property. It's simple as that. It ranks really, really, really well. Okay, so what do we do with those pages? Well, we install Chrome extensions that when people install those Chrome extensions, because they can get something like a really good SEO tool, interactive YouTube SEO checklist that's made up of tips from people like Neil Patel and Brian Dean and etc. They want to go and get this, and then they go and install it. Okay, we've already created an engagement signal. We've got a high click-through rate from people coming into the page and then installing this Chrome extension. And then at that point, when they go to open the Chrome extension, they're presented with an email form, email opt-in form. Most people, very, very high percentage of people have come that far. They've already made those micro commitments along the way. It's kind of too late to back out. They just do it anyway. Okay, they'll give you the email address. At that point, you can redirect them. So when they do the double verification, they still can't access the app until they double verify. At that point, you can redirect them anywhere you want. Affiliate link, Facebook group, whatever you want. Okay, let your imagination run wild with that one. That is an exciting prospect. And if you've seen any recent videos, you will have seen a bit of a tragic successful case study where I got 3,780 clicks or something like that sent to a Warrior Plus offer that was actually a free offer, and I got this guy 243 or 245 conversions, and I made only $11, but he have been building his email list on complete autopilot for him. So anyway, it just gave me the idea that we actually took things further from that point. So I'm kind of grateful it happened. but it happened, and it was kind of crazy that it did. Anyway, right now, what you can do as well with the Quora spaces, okay? So make one space for one tight topic, okay? For one tight topic, perhaps. I'm trying to read my own thought process of the way I've wrote this, okay? And TOL means thinking out loud, okay? I haven't tried it, just an idea. But if we can get really specific, so we know that there's top affiliates, for example, on YouTube, and they have got a strategy where they will go and find the most common sort of keyword phrases being used around their affiliate promotion. Say, for example, ClickFunnels. You will find the most searched keywords are like ClickFunnels pricing, ClickFunnels affiliate program, ClickFunnels templates, and you will just find these bunch of keywords. Okay, they've got high search volume and stuff like that. So these affiliates, one in particular, he will go and make a whole bunch of videos, one video around each one of those keywords. And he does that from inside a ClickFunnels account, and he talks about it. So you can see everything's authentic, and he's got a good presentation, good manner, and the way that he explains things, and he's kind of likable. And so he gets a lot of people clicking through from links that he has in his description. Now, the links that he has in his description, well, they are links that are for all of those videos. So he might have done like 8 or 10 videos in a video series based around one affiliate promotion with all those different keywords included in one video each. Okay, so he would have like 8 keywords, 8 videos, and all 8 videos he would link in his YouTube description of every single one of those videos. Okay, this is what we can do with this, with the Quora stuff. You can create a specific Quora space around one of them. You can do the same with the Chrome extensions. You can create a Chrome extension, just one category Chrome extension around one of these. Okay, and that way you can create this series thing, okay, at the same time. Now you can do it with video too. You can include the video in there. I'm just thinking how you can take this further, and it's not hard to do. The Quora spaces are really quick and really easy to do. Literally really, really fast to do. You can even hire a VA. You could probably do about 50 of those within a couple of hours. It's not that hard to do. Okay, so just an idea, just thinking out loud with that. Anyway, last one is to do a backlink blast. Now, backlink blasts, you can do this with something like GSA, Search Engine Ranker, if you want to these pages. Probably you can do that, you know, very, very aggressively for these kind of sites. But we actually created this recently, this service here, where we're doing some tiered linking. Okay. Now I've got a guy who does this content syndication for me, and he's been doing a smaller service for quite some time. And that service is called Content Sync. That service includes doing strategic posts on places like Quora, on Medium, on forums, etc. That's what Content Sync is. Okay. He wanted to take this further. He wanted to put together a bigger package. So we're testing this, and it's like a kind of low price right now. It's probably going to go up to about $67. I haven't even advertised this one yet. And already we've got a couple of orders, and I don't know where from. But this is tiered linking, where we've got some PBN posts, we've got Web2 blog posts, we've got guest posts, we've got article submissions. This is what he wanted to do. So he's done it, and we've done it almost, you know, at cost price here, just to see how it goes. I'm just testing him right now. You can see we've got second tier, third tier links. Okay, so if you want to go and check that out, you can go to Anthony is online /rankforce-TB-1. Okay. TB for traffic backlinks, by the way. All right, so that's what we can do with that. So that's just some ideas. Nothing is set in stone, just some ideas of what we can do. Okay, so let me know what you think, and I think we can finish there. Thank you for watching.